Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it. Today we are here for video number 3, list number 3, as I make my way through my favorite releases of this year. And today we're gonna go through B-sides, saving title tracks to last because I feel like that one's the most exciting, at least for some people. Personally, B-sides I find more exciting, but regardless, I'm doing it this way around. So yeah, we're gonna go through B-sides, but I'm not just gonna talk about my top 10. Well, no, I am just gonna talk about my top 10, but I'm also gonna show you my top 50, simply because I've listened to a lot of music this year, and I want to shine a light on more than just 10 songs. So I've compiled my top 50. I'm gonna show you my 50 through to 11, just in quick succession in a second, and then I will come back and we will talk through my top 10 like I have done for my albums and my debut videos previously. So yeah, that is the plan. As always with these videos, please keep in mind these are just my personal favorites, and just because a certain song or a certain artist doesn't appear on this list, it doesn't mean that I dislike them, it doesn't mean I dislike their music. I actually have a video coming out at the end of the week, over the weekend, that's basically my 2021 playlist, and I'm basically going to make a video of all of the songs that I have loved from this year, compile them all into one so you guys can see like beyond just these absolute favorites, like what else I've been listening to. And that playlist is over 500 songs long, so out of 500 songs I have compiled 2 top 50 lists for my title tracks and B-sides. So yeah, just keep in mind that there's a whole lot more that I love beyond just these lists. These are just my absolute favorites of right now for this year, and to be honest, in like a month could probably change. So yeah, just keep that in mind. These are just my personal favorites. Feel free to leave your own lists in the comments. Would love to hear what your favorites are. We probably share them in common whether they appear on this video or not. But yeah, let me know, and as always, just be respectful to me, to each other, to the artists, and so on. You get it. But yeah, let me show you my top 50 through 11. Enjoy that, and we will be back in a second. It's all for love. It's all for love. In the falling raindrop, 내려오는 빗물에 I'm out of luck, out of time. I've been out of my mind. Now you left, but you still can't leave her behind. When I speak and when you fall, 약속할게 그때 그곳에. When you fall, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna miss you. 이 자리에 머물고 싶어. I don't wanna go. 끝없는 daydreaming. 아름다운 꿈들에 더 깊이 닿길 바래. You always that bitch now, girl. I know I'm looking for the sad bitch girl. 내 머릿속 너야 하얗게 다 You are my dry eye. 가만두지마 내게 come into me. 엉망성이지마 내게 in the twilight. 어둠이 내려 일어나. 이제 날 찾아줘. If you call me a fool, 난 그렇게 살 테니까. If you 데려가 바보라면 그래 난 바보로 살 테니까. Go again. 잠시 눈을 감은 채 더 크게 풍악을 울려.
너는 왜 내 맘을 울려 밤새 더 크게 뛰어 Let's burn away 늦을까 Let's burn away
Open night 벌어진 맘의 틈으로 네가 어느새 새어들어
빛나던 우리 영원히 남겨둘 거야 Golden 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 그 눈부신 돌 가슴 속에 feels like I'm lost at sea on a bottom of the ocean down on one knee
I just wanna dance, dance, dance on my own. I just wanna dance, dance. Only got some tears, 필요 없어. Fast, 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 fast. It was flying out of minute, out of minute. Only got some tears, 필요 없어.
Call my name 여기 멈춰 있어 Oh oh 네가 있었던 기억 속에 Tell me your secrets I don't wanna know It's hard to imagine you be hello Time to sing it yeah now to 우리의 새로운 날
Pop, pop, pop like popcorn. Na 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 na. Oh yeah.
You just look at me
Boy, I'm a credit for your love. Dreaming of your love.
걸어 멋대로 넘어져 like dominoes 버려 all your thoughts 무너져
will pray 어둠 속에 갇힌 나의 prayer prayer 그 빛으로 더 밝아 네가 보고 있는 작은 점을 수만 년 전에 너에게 보낸 나의 I'm free 더 크게 볼륨을 올려볼까 라라라 Set me free
Hold me close, hold me tight. 다가와 안아줘. I'm so cold, you're so hot. Now or never. 마지막
썸녀체 처음에 네 곁에 to kiss
Why you turn your back on me? 불안한 눈빛 문자는 뒤돌아.
Last night I was undone God it feels right being surrounded
Even if I'm left alone on the pavement, thinking back on what it was.
Okay, I am back. Now that is done, we have done 50 through 11. I hope you enjoyed. Were there any surprises? Anything you didn't expect? Anything I don't know. Just, what did you think? Respectfully. But now we're going to get into my top 10. So these are the 10 B-sides that I have just been absolutely obsessed with for various reasons. Same as with the debuts and with the albums. I'm going to chat about them just a little bit. I don't have as much to say about them just because it's only individual songs, but we'll see because I do like to talk a lot, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, let's get into this. So coming in at number 10, we have Do 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 by Jung Seun.
Dancing with the moon Dancing with the flowers 춤을 추고 싶어 흐르져 된 꽃잎처럼 Shall we just dance
So fun fact, this song actually came out almost exactly a year ago. It came out January 6th, 2021. And despite that, throughout the entire year, throughout all these amazing releases, all of these amazing songs that have come out, it is still in my top 10 for this year. It's my most listened to track of the whole year. If you look at my Spotify Wrapped, it is my most listened to track of this entire year, which is probably down to the fact that for at least like 3 or 4 months, maybe longer, I basically just listened to it like 5 times a day, if not more. I just love the song so much. It's a very chill track, very soft, and Sewon is a pretty underrated artist, so it's a song that likely went under a lot of people's radars, but there's something so beautiful about it, something so romantic about it, and it makes me smile and it makes me feel very warm and fuzzy inside whenever I listen to it. So that is why it is on this list. moving on. Coming in at number 9, we have Let It by CL.
걱정하지 마 흘러가면 돼 언제까지나 느낌대로 해 후회는 할 일 없이 언제나 보란 듯이 난 나답게 항상 내가 느낌대로 해 걱정하지 마 흘러가면 돼 언제까지나 느낌대로 해 후회는 할 일 없이 언제나 보란 듯이 난 나답게 항상 내가 느낌대로 해.
So I've actually tried really hard over the course of these videos to keep the list as diverse as I possibly can and only pick one song or album per artist in my top 10, just because that's a lot more fun for me and more interesting for you and yeah, all of that. But I will say that trying to decide between Let It and Siren from CL's album was ridiculously hard. I knew one of them was going to be on this list, but yeah, it was very hard to kind of choose between them. I love them both so much, but I ultimately decided to go with Let It because there's something just so special about this song, something so hopeful and feel good about it. It's like the whole thing is basically just her saying, I'm good, I'm me, that's all I need. And I think that's just like a really great message, and one that I think we can all we all should relate to and should probably embody a little bit more. It's the kind of message that, I don't know, it just makes you feel a little bit better about life for a second. You know, it's that kind of song, and I love it a whole lot. It makes me very happy every time I listen to it. Let's move on. Alrighty, coming in at number 8, we have Whistle by Dreamcatcher.
Just stay with me, whistle, whistle in my heart. 달빛이 사라져도 우린 함께 있을 거란 속삭여줄래 널 비추는 은하수 달빛과 바다 소리 속에 기대어 잠들래.
So I actually had a whole lot of people comment on my album list yesterday, asking about Dreamcatcher and why they weren't on the list. And to be honest, and to answer the question, their albums from this year, they are probably in my like top 25 albums of the year, but I wasn't as obsessed with them as I was with others, which is why they didn't break into that top 10 or the honorable mentions. I love them a lot. And I still love Dreamcatcher a lot, but just, yeah, they were just albums that I had a bigger connection with, I guess, in comparison to theirs. But this song right here, Whistle, I didn't actually even realize how obsessed with it I was until my Spotify Wrapped came out, and I was like, oh. So I listened to that a lot, huh? But yeah, overall, I think as an album, I did prefer Road to Utopia over the Summer Holiday album, but Whistle, truly that bitch of a song. It is so good, it's so catchy. Probably up there in my, I don't know if I can say top 5, but it's definitely in the top 10 of my Dreamcatcher B-sides. I don't know, I'd have to think about that a bit more, but it's definitely up there. It's for sure up there. Like, just being in the top 10 is kind of a big deal, because as we know, Dreamcatcher, one of my absolute favorite discographies of ever, and my absolute favorite group. So just being in a top 10 B-side is something, but we'll see. Yeah, they might even crack into top 5, but I don't know. Regardless, I love it. It's an amazing song, and they were always going to feature on one of these lists. You just had to wait. You just had to wait for this one. Let's move on. Okay, so coming in at number 7, we have I'm Gonna Love You by D.O.
아침이면 커피 한 잔 마시듯이 해가 뜨면 서쪽을 향해 지듯이 너무 당연해 널 사랑하는 게 Yeah, I'm gonna love you.
Featuring Weinstein. Must not forget that. It is also featuring Weinstein. But yes, so we actually had a lot of different albums coming from the EXO guys this year. We obviously had their group comeback. We had Baekhyun and Kai, and of course Dio. Like, there was a lot happening from the EXO guys this year, which was really awesome. And as an album as a whole, I would say Kai's was definitely my favorite. I actually said that in my reaction to his album. and also hence why it was in my honorable mentions yesterday. I love that album so much. But in terms of individual songs, I'm Gonna Love You is my absolute and complete favorite out of anything that has been dropped by any of the EXO guys this year. I love that song so much. It's a song I don't get bored of, and I can listen to it over and over and over again. There's something so addictive and wonderful about it, and yeah, it just gets me. It gets me in the heart, and I love it a lot. Good job, Dio. I hope you're doing good. Let's move on. Alright, coming in at number 6, we have Hide in the Dark by Hot Issue.
Hide in the dark, hide in the dark. A place full of darkness, a place free from enemies. Even though we can see the light, yeah. Let's hide in the dark.
So I talked a little bit about this song when I was talking about my favorite debuts the other day, and that the reason Hot Issue were on that list was largely down to the fact that their music is honestly just great. And Hide in the Dark, if you don't know, was written by one of the members, Dana, and while the whole debut album is absolutely amazing, this song is there's just something very, very special about it, especially if you are, like me, a big lover of very sentimental kind of sounds and kind of more emotional tracks. It's one that really kind of seeps into you and kind of sits with you a bit. And because it was written by one of the members, there's something also infinitely more personal about it, I feel. And I think that's one of many reasons why I love it a whole lot. I remember listening to it the first time, actually, and thinking, how the hell did a song this good end up on a debut album? How did that happen? How did it happen? But yeah, regardless, it's a beautiful song, beautifully well written, and I really, really hope we get some more Dana tracks in the future because she did such a great job on that one, and I want to hear more of what she can do. So on to the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Airplane Mode by Fromis9.
Airplane mode, 잠깐 기다리면 돼. Don't care, take off. 두근거림, it's okay.
Fromies! I can't, every single time I watch something Fromis9 related, I listen to Fromis9, my brain, there's a little demon voice in my brain that just goes, Fromies! Every single time. And I don't know why, but it happens. But anyway, I'm really, really, really happy for Fromis9. Honestly, it kind of feels like they've hit like a bit of a turning point this year. I know prior to We Go dropping, there was some worry over their future. I remember people talking about it in my Discord, but things really seem to kind of be on the up for them, and I really hope that that continues, obviously, with them moving to Hybe. There's obviously a lot of different, oh my god, my throat. There's a lot of different resources available to them now, and yeah, I hope it continues. But anyway, this song, there's something about that anti-drop that hits so differently and has stayed with me since the second I first heard it. Like it rent-free, this song lives in my head, and I'm pretty sure like from that moment I first listened to it, it immediately jumped into my top 10 B-sides, and I think I knew from that moment that it was just going to stay there and it was going to be in these top 10 B-sides as I got to the end of the year. Bearing in mind, it came out in May. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes a song just takes hold of you and you're like, well, guess we're in this for the long haul. And that's exactly what happened with Airplane Mode. Oh god, it's all going wrong today. But yeah, Fromis9, I love them a whole lot. I'm actually really hoping that over the next couple of months I'm going to be able to get into some more content between like streams and Patreon and YouTube and stuff, because there's a lot that I want to watch and I really want to get to know them a lot better. So yeah, they're a group that's like on my list to properly stan. I'll get there eventually. But yeah, Fromis9 are amazing. Please go check out Airplane Mode and the whole of that mini album if you haven't already. It's really, really, really good. And yeah, Fromies! Let's move on. So, coming in at number 4, we have The Dreaming by Monster X.
Finding the gold is losing the rainbow. The colors are there, they're not the same though. Maybe you know the moment you have it, we're getting to hold it. Let's
There's 2 lists in a row. Monster X coming in at number 4. Love to see it. Love that for them. But yeah, I said this yesterday when I was talking about the album, that this song had a really, really big impact on me, and it seriously did. If any of you have seen my album listen, then you know I had quite the experience when I heard this song for the first time, to the point that I didn't even want to include it on my album ranking, because it just felt, for me, that it was in a completely different league to the rest of the album, which is really saying something, because the album as a whole is phenomenal. But yeah, this song, it just hits different. Like I said, as someone who is a big lover and appreciator of more sentimental, more emotional sounds, it is very, very meaningful to me. Every time I hear it, I have to sing along, especially to that chorus. I think the lyrics are so beautiful, and it's honestly probably cemented itself as one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, not just of this year, but of always. Like, I love this song so much. I love Monsta X so much, and yeah, it's just a very special song. Let's move on. So, number 3. Coming in at number 3, we have The Moon by Pixie.
Let's go.
Oh look, more Pixie, what a surprise! But I told you they wouldn't be number 1 in another list. It was a close call, but I did say, it's still number 3, but I told you. Anyway, very similar to the CL situation, I actually had a bit of a nightmare trying to pick which Pixie B-side to put on this list, especially when Greedy and Insomnia exist. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on that, you can go and watch my album list yesterday. Because I talk quite a lot about the Bravery album in that. But yeah, I decided to settle on The Moon because there is something so incredibly iconic about it, and it's going to be one of those songs that I feel in years to come, when hopefully Pixie have gained far more attention and love and support than they currently have, it's going to be one of those songs that we look back on and just go, God damn. They did that in their first comeback. Like, they did that. It's one of those songs. Special shout out, by the way, to the way that Lola comes in on her verse after the first chorus. In terms of like individual parts of a song, that's probably one of my favorite parts of any song that has dropped this year. There's just something about it. Insert clip here.
Can be what you want me.
But yeah, also, I didn't factor in like any kind of like choreos or special videos or anything like that into my choices for this list. I just focused on the music, but you gotta give it up for the choreo, as always with Pixie, with this song. Amazing. The jacket choreo is just so good. It's freaking good. Go and watch the special video if you haven't. Highly recommend. But anyway, my Stan Pixie agenda continues. You're welcome. Let's move on. So, top two. Coming in at number 2, we have Dahlia by G-Idol, or Idol, however you want to say it. Dahlia.
My love is Dahlia. Our love is Dahlia. 너랑 붙을지 예뻐진 내게. No matter what they say, I choose to love you.
I actually always say Idol. I don't know what possessed my brain to say G-Idol there, but oh well. Anyway, on top of people asking about Dreamcatcher yesterday, I also had quite a few people asking about I Burn and why it wasn't in my top 10 or even my honorable mentions. And again, it's a top 25 album for me, easily, but not quite top 15, so top 10 or honorable mentions, because again, I listened to way too many albums this year, and I only talked about my very, very, very favorites, so I obviously, I can't fit everything in, but I do love I Burn a lot as an album. It is a next level album, and definitely my absolute favorite from Idol that they have ever put out. But this song in particular is everything to me. I actually feel quite emotional over this song because obviously, like, everyone's gonna have their own interpretations of the song and the lyrics that may or may not be different to the original intention. It's the beauty of music and art in general. But for me, this song is for the gays, particularly the queer women, and I'm sticking by that. And because of that resonance that I have with it, this song it's just very, very special to me. It's a very important song to me, and I get very emotional whenever I listen to it. It's just one of those songs that just touches my heart and my soul in a very deep and personal way, and I love it so much, which is why it is number 2 on this list. Honestly, the difference between number 1 and number 2 in terms of how much I love them is so minuscule. It is so minuscule. It's like this. And I can't even tell you why I put them in this particular order. This is what felt right. Like, that's literally it. I was just like, gut feeling, let's go with this. But honestly, any given day, I could probably exchange number 1 and number 2. Like, that's how much I love this song. So yeah, Idol did an amazing job with this song. I'm pretty sure it was Minnie specifically that wrote this one. Let me double check that before I talk out my ass. Yes, it was. Cool. Wasn't talking out my ass, love that. But yeah, she did a beautiful job. And like I said, regardless of how you interpret it, whether it's different to my interpretation, whether her original intention is different to my interpretation, the way I feel about it and the way it resonates with me is a very specific, very personal kind of feeling. And if I see any bullshit about it, I will just delete it, so please don't. Like I said, it's the beauty of music and art is everyone can have a different interpretation of it regardless of whether that's in line with the original intention. And it is not hurting anyone for me to have this opinion, so just let it be. But yeah, I love Dahlia. It's a beautiful song. Let's move on. Okay, so coming in at number 1, we have Aurora by One Way.
I got this on my way. Aurora, it crossed over my head. Go ahead.
Now, much like with previous number 1s, this shouldn't be too much of a surprise. I have not kept it a secret that this song owns my entire soul and life, and once again, for the 2nd year in a row, One We Have my favourite song of the entire year. Last year it was Parting, this year it's Aurora. Do we think they'll go 3 for 3 for next year? It is entirely possible. It is entirely possible. They're having a comeback next week. Maybe that'll just own my ass for the whole year. It's very, very, very possible reality when it comes to One Way and me. But yeah, I can't really even put into words why I adore this song so much and this band in general, but just know that every single time I hear that chorus, my entire soul ascends to a different level of being entirely. To be honest, this song is kind of what heaven sounds like to me. Might sound very dramatic, but that's honestly the best way I can like succinctly explain my love for it. It is what heaven sounds like to me, this song. I love it so much. I love it so much. Please, please go and listen to it and the whole rest of that album. If you haven't, support One Way. They make beautiful music and they deserve all the love. They really, really do. They're such an incredible band and group, and yes, I love them. Yes. Anyway, that brings me to the end of yet another list. As always, like I said in the beginning, let me know what some of your favourite B-sides from the year are in the comments, and keep an eye out for the rest of this week because we've got more videos like this. So we've got top 50 title tracks coming hopefully tomorrow. I've got an updated bias list coming, and also, like I said in the beginning, that 2021 playlist video where I'm just going to share all of the songs that I have loved across this year, of which there are over 500, which should give you a bit of an idea of how much I've struggled to create these top 50s, because yeah, it's been rough. But I really like to do it. It's fun for me to do. It's a challenge, but like, yeah, I don't know, it's fun. I love doing these videos. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.